I did see that, but I'm on that block list. Like I don't know what number I'm at, but I'm definitely on there. Saw me, but I saw her repost before. What were her reposts before? She's always reposted some crazy shit. I've got a screenshot of one of her reposts from way before she gave that damn account away. Thank you. Thanks, girl. I appreciate you watching, but. Oh my gosh, thank you. Who did that? Thank you. Oh, this is so hard. Aisha, I hope I said that right. So her repost before she ever even gave that account away, she had one in there. It was a repost about her text messages to Nick. It was her text messages. And in the text message, it was talking about what her and Nick were going to name their baby. Thank you, if they had one. And it was like Gabriella something. But the thing about that specific message is, so the screenshot didn't show the whole message. But in the original message, it talks about what they're going to name the baby. And then on down, it says, oh, I found out I have one Q2, a micro deletion that explains all my illnesses. But I'm a fighter. Yeah. She don't want to ever mention that, you know. But that was in her repost. She had reposted somebody else's video who was showing that text message and saying, you know, this was the name they picked out for the baby, not Aurora. But yep, the rest of that message literally showed where she was telling Aaliyah Woodmonsey about her microdeletion. Thank you. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, y'all. I drank a lot of Dr. Pepper and coffee this morning. Okay, so this is what we're going to watch. Thanks, guys. So I want to make sure I give the lady credit too. Her name is Carolina Girl, and this is what her page looks like. Oh, hang on. Let me cover that because I don't know that TikTok will allow that. Now, see? This is Carolina Girl's page. I was losing it listening to this audio. You know, I smokes, I chiefs. You know what I'm saying? And I done, it's early. I done waked and baked, and honey, I was dying. I can't believe she said that. You know, I can't. Thank you guys. Thank you, Millie. Thank you, Christy. Thank you guys so much for all the gifts. I don't know that I have ever had that much self-confidence to be like, here you go. I did my Kegel. I don't know about that. That was crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I'm going to pin your comment because exactly. And here's another, I can't get your comment. Hold on. Another thing I have noticed about the videos, you know, she says that Nick scripted the videos. That's what she has said for forever. All this was scripted. That is not true. I have yet to see a video where she is just reading off a script or something. Now, almost all of them, she reads off a piece of paper, but she's reading off of something. It may not be paper, but she's, you know, answering questions, it seems like. It's not like she's looking at something and reading lines off of it. You know what I mean? He is asking her questions, and she is answering them how she sees fit. Thank you. But that did not sound like a script. And I wasn't saying all of them she's doing it, but in a good bit of them, it's like she is answering questions off of something. Okay.
Hello, my wonderful master. It is your slave, Gypsy Rose,
yeah, the L is the one.
Emma Petrie Blanchard.
Can y'all hear it?
And I am making you this video right now
yes.
as part of the final test to prove myself.
I pinned Vicky's comment. That is Carolina's name on Watty.
In order to become Nick's slave, so that I will be handed down or passed to him in a sort of honorly way.
And like I said, this one, so I don't think she could show the video to this because of what's happening, so it's just an audio.
Maybe his slave and serve him and all his wishes. So, first thing I will do is show you that I am completely naked as instructed.
What the hell? I don't know how to do this. I'm sorry. I did something wrong. All the movement. Ugh. Hang on. Yes, completely. Like she came into the world, honey. Bare. For real, for real. Thanks, guys. Thank you, thank you. Nikki, for real, for real. And what is all this? Like, what is all this weird, quiet movement, rustling around? I don't like that.
I really don't know how many times I'm supposed to turn, but I think I've given you a pretty
turning,
good fair
showing
view
her body.
of all of me. Now, I will begin answering these questions. I printed these out because my computer is too slow to read them off my computer.
It's probably slow because you got all them damn videos
I printed
on
them
it.
out. I hope that doesn't deduct any points
Carolina girl.
from this test. I will begin answering the questions now.
Thank y'all for tapping the screen. Thanks.
Now, here's the questions you must answer as it follows. Favorite human alive is Nick.
I think somebody spell her name again and I'll pin it.
Of course, Nick's my favorite human alive. He's wonderful and he's my soulmate, so it makes it just all that much more special. Okay.
I'm about to just get to the exciting part. It's the exciting part for her anyway.
Question 2.
Oh no, we'll listen to
The biggest
these.
moment you ever had was
Forgot.
when Nick said he worshipped me. I mean, of course, meeting Nick, but like on that site. But when he said he worshipped me was the biggest moment of my life. I just felt like, oh my God, he really, really worships me. I have this wonderful, amazing man, and he worships me out of all the women in the world, me. And I just felt so blessed and humbled. And
here's my thing. You know, it's not just that she likes being worshipped. This shit is her. She is brainwashing him. She is giving him full power over her. She is making Nick feel powerful. She is literally making him feel in control at all times. You see what I'm saying? It's a mind game. This shit is a mind game. She's got something she wants him to do for her. And she has convinced him that she's all he'll ever need. She loves, adores, and worships him. She will do everything and anything under the sun for him. And she has said that in a lot of these videos. You know what I mean? By the time the murder came, I mean, she done got all up in his head. You know? He couldn't lose her. That was the only love he's ever really experienced from a woman like that. He couldn't lose her.
By that moment that I just cried, and it was tears of joy, tears of pure happiness and joy and excitement and overwhelmment. But God, that was the best moment of my entire life, and that's a moment I'll never forget. Which is actually kind of funny because earlier that day we were having an argument, and then that night everything just changed. And it changed for the better, and it was amazing.
I mean, his last words to the judge, he was begging for mercy because he just wanted to experience a real woman's love. It's kind of sad. I'm not going to lie. It is.
Question 3.
I just remembered I got one of those sandwiches and put it in my air fryer, and I
have losing Nick. That would be number 1. That is my number 1 fear. I can't even think about it because just thinking about it makes me want to cry, sir, because I just worship him that much and I can't lose him. And 2 would be Nick changing in any way, meaning personality-wise or how he treats me. And then the 3rd would be losing my mom.
Ain't that
because in any way.
Now,
I want to cry, sir.
Did y'all hear the initial question? Thank you. Listen.
Because I just worship him that much, and I can't lose him. And 2 would be Nick changing in any way, meaning person. And I want to cry, sir.
He had asked her, like, who are the people in her life that she couldn't live without, you know? And she says Nick and her mother.
Because because I just worship him that much, and I can't lose him. And 2 would be Nick changing in any way, meaning personality-wise, or how he treats me. And then the 3rd would be losing my mom, because the 2 people that I love most in this world, I worship Nick, but I love my mom, and so losing the both of them would be my worst fears. And then Nick changing into something that he's not, or changing from who he is.
Also, like, her saying that, really telling, okay? She's telling him, like, I never want you to change. That is one of my biggest fears, is losing my mom. I worship Nick, but I love my mom. I don't want to lose either one of them. But I also fear Nick changing. I never want him to change. So she is basically telling him she loves all that bullshit he does, all that dark, crazy stuff that he's into, all those violent tendencies. I don't want you to change that. It's the mind games. This is what... Thank you, huh? That's what I mean by, like, getting in his head and brainwashing him. She was gassing him up. Yeah, she was feeding his ego. Exactly. And his brain is underdeveloped. It's underdeveloped. He has autism. You know, I think when he was born, they said he went without oxygen for a little bit because the cord was wrapped around his neck. Nick was not mature up here. He had a very adolescent mind. And she was indeed gassing up all his dark fantasy shit. And it was a mind game. It was all to get him to do what she needed him to do. You know, Gypsy looks at this stuff today and, oh, that's awful. He made me do it. It was disgusting. Oh, girl, you were 24. 24, sitting over here entertaining this shit. There was a reason she was doing that. In my opinion. She wanted him to keep doing that.
What 2 codes do you have to learn that have to do with a form of BDSM? Only hint give you is MC and DGC. Yes, I use the code at the end just to give you an abbreviation. So I know what it is, sir. Well, of course, it's the master code, and then the other is the daddy dom code. See, I use my brain with that. Yeah, I can be a little smart sometimes. Question 5. Who gives you the most attention out of everyone you have ever met in your entire life? Again, Nick. He gives me more attention than anyone in my entire life, because every single day he gets online, he checks if I send him a message, he sends me post after post after post, and at times it's a little overwhelming at times, but then I realize I take it as he worships me and he's giving me this attention. He can't physically hold me right now, he can't physically kiss me right now, but he sends his spirit out to me and in different forms. Sometimes I can see his shadow, sometimes I can see him in the mirror, but at least I know. I just
want y'all, now remember now, she acted like Nick was crazy as hell on these documentaries. She was like, well, he said he knew my thoughts and that he was with me at all times. Do y'all hear the shit she is saying? Let's go back about 20 seconds.
I realize I take it as he worships me and he's giving me this attention.
All the way
he can't physically hold me right now. He can't physically kiss me right now, but he sends his spirit out to me and in different forms. Sometimes I can see his shadow. Sometimes I can see him in the mirror, but at least I know he's always there with me. And he's always giving me constant love and constant attention, and it's so appreciated. So, yes, it's definitely Nick.
It was all that was about who gives her the most attention. Nick, he does. I can see, and she's so weird. What do you mean you can see his shadow and see him in the mirror? Are you insane? Clearly. Off the fucking rock. Freaking rock. Sorry.
6.
Freaking rock.
Who are you most sexually attracted to? Again, Nick. Is it wrong to say that I think that he's the most sexiest man alive?
That's right.
I think that he's sexy. I think he's adorable, and I think he's
schizophrenia. You know, schizophrenia is linked to Gypsy Rose's specific microdeletion, and I've actually wondered that too. If, you know, what if she was showing signs? She said she told her mom about Demona, and her mom was like, oh, I don't believe in multiple personalities or whatever. What if she's been showing these symptoms? You know what I mean? And on her documentary, not her documentary, the Love After Lockup one, it's the episode where she is getting ready to go to Jazz Fest with Ken. It's before she is supposedly pregnant. She is sitting on her bed with a huge little bag, like makeup bag looking thing, of medication, you know. So it very well could be that, yeah, she has got some schizophrenia, you know what I'm saying? She might. Maybe that's what all that medicine was. But it was. There's a whole thing of medicine.
In an adorable way. He has many different ways of being sexy, and he just kind of drives me crazy sometimes. Crazy in a good way. Because like, I crave you, like I just want to jump on you.
No. Anything medical like that, like it's just outright talking about her medical stuff, it's not going to be in I don't think it'll be in writing like that in FOIAs. And the reason, and I could be wrong, but the reason I say that is because if you watch the interrogation, when she brings up her medical stuff, they mute it. They mute what she says. And it happens a couple of times in the interrogation. She brings up her power, the fact her Aunt Rachel had guardianship papers over her. And when she says because, they mute the rest of that. And I think it's because she's talking about her medical conditions. So I don't know that would be in her FOIAs. And also, Gypsy didn't go to trial. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that would work, honestly. You know, I don't know if they would have all that listed out the same way they have everything of Nick's, because she didn't go to trial. You know, Nick's stuff, there was a state's expert witness or something like that who spoke about it, but Gypsy didn't go to trial. She might not be schizophrenic. We were just saying. But schizophrenia is linked to her microdeletion.
And
that's all we were saying.
Kiss you all up and sort of just like attack you in the good sort of sense, where give you lots of affection and stuff like that. So definitely Nick.
That's awesome.
Because he turns me on like nobody else does. He makes me feel feelings that I can't quite explain. It can be explained. It's called arousal, but I know that I think it's a deeper arousal. He arouses my spirit and my heart and my soul and my body, and he just completes that arousal, and it makes it not just the body, but just sort of all of it, and it goes even deeper. 7. Yes or no question?
All this she's talking about, these are questions Nick is asking her, and she is answering. We're on number 7.
Is it true you are a loyalist to your very core, like Nick always says you are? True. I am very loyal, just like Nick is. Guys do hit on me, but I ignore them. I block them on Facebook. Sometimes I tell them off. But I just like to be like, I'm taken, and I'm happy in my relationship. I am blissful, and so I adore my man. I worship my man, and it would kill me to ever hurt him by cheating, or even by thinking of cheating. And who the hell is even worse cheating? Seriously, I got an awesome, wonderful, brilliant man. Why the heck would I cheat on him? Seriously. So yes, sir, very true. I am complete loyalist to the core, which I've even told Nick, and I truly mean it, that if something would happen, that he would pass away, God forbid that happened with him. If he would pass away, I would rather become a widow rather than remarry or betray my vows to him or betray him in any way. That's just not me. That's not something I would do. So, Yes, sir, I am a loyalist, a true loyalist.
Girl, that is crazy that she is calling herself a loyalist. The woman had her mother murdered. Thank you, Jen. Was it Jen? Jen? I hope I said that right. But she has her mother murdered and then immediately flips on the dude who murdered her mother for her. Like, where was your loyalty? Then she gets out, thank you, gets with Ryan and leaves him, gets with another dude and gets knocked up. Like, girl, what loyalty are you? Where is the loyalty on the fucking green earth with us? Not for you, ma'am. It's not. There's no way. I said freaking again. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying and I forget. But that's just wild. Yeah. I'm just staying widowed. Girl, what? It's a paid actor. Gotta be.
8. Do you ever fart? Yes. Not very often, sir. I'm more of a burper, like after I eat or drink soda, which I know I am going to stop drinking soda. Nick told me to. Yes. Not very often, sir. I'm more of a burper, like after I eat or drink soda, which I know I am going to stop drinking soda. Nick told me to.
Or drinks soda. She's a burper. After she eats or drinks soda. Now, ain't that crazy how this changed when she started getting money for her story? Oh no, my mama never let me. Freaking, she had Melissa Moore on a damn podcast saying she had never had food until she got to prison. If I was Melissa Moore, I would be so livid with Gypsy Rose. I would be livid. You had me look like a fool. That woman is on all kind of podcasts talking about Gypsy. Talking about how she couldn't eat. She wasn't allowed to drink. Prison was her first freedom. All this. And it's just lies. It's lies.
ASAP, so I have. But usually it's after I drink, like, carbonated beverages where I burped. But, as for farting, maybe every now and then, but they don't stink. They're quiet and they don't stink. So, beverages where I burped. But, as for farting, maybe every now and then, but they don't stink. They're quiet and they don't stink. So, if that's embarrassing, but, that's, yeah. I think everyone on the planet does. 9. Ever since your first humiliation video, do you ever feel that it is hard?
I've talked about this a little bit. All this little weird kink stuff they're into, like her doing the food stuff. I'm telling you, I thought it was humiliation stuff. I thought it was like some kind of kink they're into. It is. Listen. Here we go.
I think everyone on the planet does. 9. Ever since your first humiliation video, do you ever feel that it is harder to humiliate yourself now than it was before? Since you might not have it bother you like you used to, or maybe like even now.
Okay. So they like this humiliation thing. Now here's my thing. So I started looking into like the humiliation play. There's a thing called innocence play, which Gypsy, I think, applies to her actual life even today. So innocence play is where you act naive, unknowing. You know what I'm saying? Like you're younger. We've seen Gypsy do that with numerous things just since getting free. Now, one of them, I think it's the innocence play. No. What is it called? It's where you give people like affirmations. It's an I can't think of what the frick it is called. But basically you hype somebody up by giving them, positive affirmations. Good girl. That's daddy's good girl. That kind of shit. They're all into that. The praise kink. Yes. Gosh. Thank you so much. It's a praise kink. But I was reading on it, y'all, some people, it does not even have to be in like an actual setting. Some people get aroused just from anybody gassing them up. Like sometimes it's just something that person can't help. Like they get turned on by it. So even if they're like out in public and people are gassing them up, they cannot help it. They feel, you see what I'm saying? And I've wondered, I wonder if that's what's up with her. You know what I'm saying? Because she can't go without it. Like, she wants people to see her as inspiring. She wants people to think she is, oh, look at her. She's thriving. She's doing so good. She survived so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And that could be just me way off base. But I have wondered if that's why she craves attention so much. That's why she craves people praising her and shit like that. You know, because like I said with Nick in the corn, it would become almost like an addiction, a reward system type thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This is just stuff I had thought about it. Yes, a praise kink addiction. Thank you, Trisha. This is just stuff I've thought about. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I don't know. And yeah, the humiliation thing. Charlotte, they very well could. She clearly was into it, you know? She was into that shit stuff. Gosh. Praise. Yeah, I know. Like, I did some reading on some of this stuff on the praise kink. I did a little bit on the humiliation stuff, and I read up on some of the stuff about the callers. And these are real things. These are real freaking things. There's articles and all kinds of studies done about them. I know. I was trying not to. I've been trying not to cuss, and it's so hard because I do it just so frequently. Hey, Gypsy's Island. I love your name. I'm going to pin that. Y'all go follow Gypsy's Island. And that's another thing. Y'all know Gypsy is like reposting all these videos that have her dancing, and she thinks that stuff is cute. I almost said it and I caught myself. But she thinks it's cute. And some of these videos literally have Gypsy written across them, and she's just reposting them. Hold on, what? Did you see the list? I did. I was on there, girl. I was on there. Okay, let's keep going.
I think after I did that whole video with the jumping stuff on me.
I know. I'm so bad about using the F word, and I'm trying. I do too. It's like, it's my in-between word. It's my happy word. It's if I'm really mad. If I'm sad, that F word gonna fly, honey. Like, it has 18 freaking wings and can float on water. You hear me? Oh, she almost did it, just did. It's just awful. I know, Gianna. It is my favorite word too. Look, I can't help it. We ain't gonna finish this. Let's keep going.
That was humiliating enough.
Here for 2 hours.
So I am okay with anything now. So I am completely okay with being humiliated now. I am like, it's fine. I'm okay. So I've got ketchup on my face. You know, it doesn't matter. Because as silly as I might look to other people, at least I know that Nick still loves me and worships me, even though I'm covered in whatever kind of sauce or whatever he wants. Silly as I might look to other people, at least I know that Nick still loves me and worships me, even though I'm covered in whatever kind of sauce or whatever he wants to do to me. I know that he said that he would probably humiliate me in the future as punishment. But, I'm covered in whatever kind of sauce or whatever he wants to do to me. I know that he said that he would probably humiliate me in the future as punishment. But, if it's just for fun, then it doesn't bother me anymore, sir. Let me make sure this doesn't go up. Okay. Sorry. How healthy are your legs? Meaning, if they are good enough condition to run, or can you only walk is what I mean. My legs I can't run. I'll be honest with you. Since I've been in the chair for quite some time, my legs are not strong enough to run. I can maybe jog. But as far as running, no, sir. I'm not even a good walker, sir. I am very off balance. At times I may wobble. So, horrible dancer. But my legs are medium strong. They're not so weak that I need help up, but they're not so strong that I'm like, I'm a skilled runner and walker.
she is still off balance. You know, if you go watch the trial when she's like walking up to get on the stand, or no, I think they call like a recess or something. Anyway, she comes to walk out and you can see she's like kind of off balance, kind of limping. And she does this walk a couple of times. People have seen her when she was pushing her stroller and she's doing that exact same walk. And Nick even says that she couldn't walk long distances. He talks about that because they walked to the store. They end up going to the store and walked there and got like macaroni or something. So, yeah. And that's I'm gonna pin your comment. She talks about having, what is it called? Is it scoliosis in the prison email? She says my real diagnosis of scoliosis or something like that, and it is in her medical records. She has like hypotonia, low muscle tone, and that's just a symptom of the 1Q2 1.1. I don't know that is something that you just grow out of. You see what I'm saying? Because 1Q2 1.1, there isn't like a treatment that cures everything. There is only like you can just treat each symptom. And as far as having like low muscle tone to prevent that, you would need to be exercising, walking, things like that. Yeah, she did. Not only did I think she was setting it up, trying to make it sound like y'all make sure y'all y'all follow X Pixie right here. But I feel like she was setting it up to make it sound like she wasn't going to be able to work, because there's one part in the prison emails where she's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do cosmetology if it's standing on my feet all day with my scoliosis. So kind of sounded like she was already setting the stage. Yeah, she didn't want to work.
So, I think medium strength, sir.
I appreciate it.
11. What part of BDSM? Question 11. What part of BDSM are you most scared of? Which would be the part you would be willing to do, but would take the longest to adapt to? I would definitely say fisting, sir. I'm not sure if Nick really wants to do.
I tried to tell Gypsy, she has a couple of paintings she did that were from her murder house. There's a whole web page where you can sell like murder memorabilia, and she would have fit right in over there. There's all kind of like Wayne Gacy stuff. Yeah, I told her, go on over there, man. Start doing art for that page.
That it scares me to death, because something that is like that big going inside me. I'm not okay with that. I would beg him if we please wouldn't have to do that, sir. But as far as besides fisting, we might need to talk about that, him and me. But besides that, probably constraints, as far as like body constraints, like the whole full body constraints with the shiny leather bodysuits, and those headgear, and spankings, like really hard spankings with a belt. Those would be.
She likes like rough stuff too. Nick had said she liked him biting her really hard, and just then she was like, you can spank me like really hard with the belt. She's kind of, yeah.
Those would be hard for me to adapt to, but I'm willing to try, sir, as best I can.
There was one part I heard, I don't remember what video it was.
12.
She was talking about letting him fist
What
her.
would be your 3 biggest turn-ons that are rough? Slamming me up against the wall, because I've always found that really sexy, and it's kind of a turn-on for me. So like, even if it's really rough, like slamming me up against the wall, and then kissing me, or putting my hands above the wall, and then slamming me up against one, or pushing me on a bed, pushing me on the floor, spanking me on my ass until I beg for it. So, yeah, just sort of like rough manhandle sort of play.
Yeah, hang on. 1 second. Thank you, Vicky. Perez Hilton. Belinda said Perez Hilton is coming for all that use her content. She has gone after quite a few creators in the last 2 weeks. It definitely feels like she is targeting some of these creators. You know, she knows who is who. You can go look at her block list and clearly tell she's keeping up with who is who. So that lets me know, you know, she's watching. But two, I feel like she's targeting certain people. Into the Weeds, she got them on YT. Then she went over to Facebook, and she would have had to have looked around to found that page. So that means she looked up Into the Weeds, then got them a violation, you know. So yeah, then she did it to, was it Hello Starlight? No, Hate Tea. That's who it was. I believe it was Hate Tea she got. And then there's somebody else. But yeah, it's been a few people now. We're up to like 4 or 5 people that she has got copyright struck. The thing is, she's going to keep doing that, and she's going to get herself caught up, but whatever. You know, she ain't stopping nothing. She thinks she is. Oh, she got Becca too, someone said. Conspiracy. I didn't know she got Conspiracy and Becca. That's crazy. Thank you. So she's gotten more people than I even know about. Yeah, she went to military broadcast. That's right. Yeah, but that right there, I mean, that just proves, like, she's definitely keeping up with people. She's watching the content they make. She's watching what they put out. And there's apparently certain people that she is not okay with putting that shit out. I think she probably don't like Into the Weeds, because Into the Weeds doesn't go into, like, a whole bunch of conspiracy theories. They just put out facts. They may state some of their opinions, but it's strictly just what's coming from the documents, you know. And I feel like when people do the documents and add a bunch of their conspiracy theories, you know, that confuses people. And Into the Weeds doesn't do that. Like, you're not going to catch them saying some crazy, wild conspiracy theory, you know. So I think that's why Gypsy sees her as a threat. And they've dropped a lot of documents, you know. They've dropped a lot of documents. I don't know, you know, and I don't know. I don't know how people can be so evil. I don't think we'll ever be able to understand how people can be that evil, because we're not like that. You know, if you're not like that, you can't comprehend that kind of stuff, you know. Facts. I don't think she has a soul either. Or if she does, I don't think she has normal feelings. Like, huh? I know, I'm blocked. But I don't think she has normal feelings either. Like, we would be ashamed, feel guilty, sad. You never see those things from her. Even when she's crying in these videos to Nick, she's like watching herself cry and snickering, you know. So she doesn't have normal feelings. And I think that says a lot. Why can't they reopen? Well, here, this stuff isn't new. It's new to us. But this is all stuff that was already in evidence. That it was already there. They knew it was there. This is literally the reason Gypsy Rose took the plea deal. All this stuff you're seeing, the videos, the search history, all of it is literally the whole reason Gypsy took a plea deal. Because had she went to damn trial, she would have got under the jail. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Not going to trial buried so much of the evidence. And as long as Gypsy didn't tell anybody what was going on, you know, who was going to know the difference? You know? Shit, the only reason she got caught up is because her ass got so confident in her lies. She started going on different platforms, different documentaries, different interviews, and saying different shit. And people started catching on. And when people started catching those lies, they started digging. Thank you, Haley. You know, they started digging. Her own inconsistencies is what made people start digging. If she would have got out, thank you, Susan. If she'd have got out, minded her own business, and kept it low profile, people might have not dug the way they did. But she didn't. She came out and she acted a fool damn near from the jump. I mean, hell, she got out of jail and then started crying. We're just going to watch it, because why did that bitch get out of prison? Ryan picks her up. They meet her dad at that house, and they tell her, you know, no, you cannot go to a Kansas City Chiefs game. You've got to get to Louisiana. You cannot be here. Gypsy Rose went in that freaking bedroom and, oh my gosh, why are they treating me different? Why I just want to be a dude. Girl, they aren't treating you different. This is what happens when you're on parole, and your parole is in Louisiana. You are not supposed to be in Missouri. Nobody was treating her different. I got out of prison on parole. Guess what? When I got out of prison and I was on parole, no freaking way I could go to Tennessee when I was being paroled out to Mississippi. You cannot do that. That's how everybody's parole works. But Gypsy, I just want to be a regular old Joe. You're getting treated like a regular old Joe, and you're crying like a little bitch. You know? Yeah, they were lax on her. Yeah, and I think Missouri wanted her gone. I do not think they wanted her there in Missouri. She sent an email from prison to TMZ, and she told them when she was getting out, she told them Ryan was picking her up, and then she told them, we're going to a Kansas City Chiefs game. I'm hoping to meet Taylor Swift. She, right then and there, she was already hoping that TMZ was going to put a bug in somebody's ear and let them know that Gypsy was going to be there. Hey, maybe you can hook her up to meeting Taylor. Now, she gets to that house where she meets her daddy. Parole board calls, and it's like, hey, you trying to go to a Kansas City Chiefs game? Yeah, my parole officer in Louisiana said I could. What? Yeah, no, this ain't going. No. Her dad, they're printing papers saying she's trying to meet Taylor Swift. This don't look good. It don't look good. It looks just like it did before she went to prison. Yeah, no shit, because that's exactly what she was trying to do. You know? And Mike Stanfield getting on the phone like he's running something with the parole board. Honey, you don't run nothing with the parole board. Thank you. But yeah, that's how I feel. She was getting out and was trying to use her status as the Munchausen by proxy, survivor who murdered her mom to get up in the damn stadium. She was trying to go she was trying to go to a damn Kansas City Chiefs game and meet Taylor as soon as she got out of prison. And I forgot that it said that. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. Ryan's tag did say Hitman on it. I forgot about that. Also, when Gypsy gets out of prison, they go to that hotel room. Did y'all notice the first thing that she ate? I got a hair right there. It was potatoes. It was French fries. That's so funny to me. She did think she was famous. And that's just it. And she still does. She can say all this, I just want to be me. I don't want any. Girl, cut it out. You get up on here and you make all these damn clips, but you repost these crazy clips, but you want to dress shit. Nobody's going to leave it alone as long as you are sitting here acting like, nothing, I didn't do. Of course we're going to say shit. If you'll sit around and repost those weird videos, but you want to dress them like he could ever be. Thank you, JoJo. Yeah. The only thing Ryan hitting is a pole. Okay? The pole. You want to do a pole? Audrey can do the voice so much better than me, and she can hold it. I can barely hold it for long. Thank you. She sacrificed her mom for fame, and she did, and that's the really messed up part. She tells all these stories about her mom's last words to her and things like that, and she talks about how they painted the nails together. And there's two different things she said her mom said. At one point she says, I hugged and kissed my mom, and my mom said, what was that for? I'm not dead yet. Then she also tells Gypsy, I'm feeling more relaxed. Don't hurt me. Now, why would a parent be telling their kid this if they were the one abusing the kid? I'm going to tell you right now, I have 4 kids. I am 40 years old. My oldest is 19. My youngest is 10. I have never, not once, walked up to any of my kids, thank you, and said, hey, I'm getting relaxed, man. Don't take me out tonight. okay? I've never said any. These are crazy things to say to your child unless that child is hurting you. You know what I mean? Jody was there. I didn't know that. I didn't know her art got banned. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I didn't know that. Let's finish this because here, I'm going to skip forward because I want y'all to hear the good part. Or we can listen to the rest because she is answering questions that Nick is asking her, and I think they're interesting, but y'all may not. I know I love Duncan. I do. Y'all wanna watch it? Finish it? Thank you, OG. I hope you are doing very well. Happy Tuesday. I hope you know you got this, honey. You got this. Let's listen. We're gonna finish. Let's go. Thank you.
Is it true that you are scared of only when Nick is pissed? True. Yes.
Listen. Okay, first off, he asked her, you're scared only when Nick is pissed? She said, yeah. That's the only time she's scared. Thank you.
I'm scared of him when he is pissed because I'm scared of setting him to the point where he leaves me or gets so mad that he takes a step back from worshiping me. Or, in general, I just don't want to piss him off because I love him. I worship him too much to piss him off. So, yeah, it's true. I'm scared of him. He's in that... He freaks me out when he's in that mindset of being pissed.
I want to know why she doesn't... Thank you, JoJo. I want to know why she doesn't mention her mom. That I'm also scared of my mom. You know, if your mom is putting hands on you, she's making you... Thank you. She's putting you in this wheelchair. She's supposed to be doing all this, that, and third. But you don't tell that man, oh, I'm scared of her. Thank you, JoJo. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Just very telling. She's scared of a man that's 800 miles away, can't even get hands on her. Thank you, JoJo. You doing it up. Thank you. And thank y'all for tapping the screen. Thank you. Thanks, JoJo. Thanks, Call Deserved. Thank you.
You may get raped by him as much as...
That's this video right here. The Kegels video. That's what this is. The start of it. This is the whole video.
Do you believe if it does happen as often as he
trying to make sure I got the volume on.
It would... Which would be either when you pissed him off or he just wants to manhandle you, that you believe you would never fear rape again, instead enjoy it. By you never fearing it again, wouldn't even fear it if someone else raped you. If someone else did it because you were so used to it by him, while with others you would only worry about him killing you, not raping you.
That's a weird question.
I can get used to raping. In front of people, yeah, I can get used to it, sir. If he does it as often as he does, then yes, sir, I would get used to it. 15. You have said before that you were always on Nick's side, so if it ever came to choosing a side in an end of the world scenario, which, good God, end of the world, that would be horrible. Back to the question. You would choose staying by him the entire time, even if that meant you both weren't going to survive. Of course, Master. Of course I'd stay by him the entire time. If it's the end of the world, I want to stay by him and I want to die with him, because there is no place on earth that I'd ever rather be than be with my soulmate. And if it's going to be the end of the world, then let us die together. Let us die soulmates and let us go into our next life together with love and with each other. That's the way I
don't know. I have to see. I have to
I'm
ask.
sorry, I'm a bit emotional.
I don't see the date on it.
Some of these questions are a bit emotional.
She's making herself get emotional, honey.
How do you feel about your chess goal Nick has set for you of C36? I hope to get that big. I think I'm doing a fair job right now. cup.
Right?
So thanks, Super Extractives. I got a full big cup, but they're not as big as the C36. So I am still trying to work up to my goal. I have to do some exercises like this. Something that makes big breasts. So I am still working on that, and I feel like I'll feel like a lot more confident. I'll be able to fill out more dresses. I'll make him happy. And, you know, it's all about making him happy, and that's how I truly feel, sir.
What are we listening to? So this is I'm sure y'all have seen the clips now. The videos going around of her like, so this is we're watching the whole video. We're almost to that part. I think we have about 8 minutes left, something like that, before it gets to there. Yeah.
Number 17. Would you try to drink what Nick drinks just to make him worship you more? Or would you just do it because you already worship him as it is? I would drink what he drinks because I already worship him as it is, sir. So basically I'll eat what he eats, drink what he drinks. I know that there are certain things that I'll have to get used to, like tomatoes. Like I gag on.
Nick is asking the questions. He's just asking the questions and she is answering them. So yeah, he did ask the questions.
Tomatoes, sir. But I promised him that I would do my best.
I was talking about that earlier. She says the videos are scripted. They are not scripted. He asked her questions and Gypsy Rose answered these hoes with her whole chest. Now she's embarrassed.
Expand my food vocabulary. As I like to call it.
I think they are talking about
and as far as drinks go, I know that he likes to drink certain special drinks from, I think it was Woodman's that he was saying, that he likes their drinks, that is an apple something, I forgot offhand, but it was a special drink he had, and it was rare, and I know he liked that, so I'm looking forward to trying that with him.
I'm pretty sure
so, yes, sir,
he wants clarification from past things that they have talked about. One thing that I've really noticed with Nick is he wants all the little details he can get. And he even sometimes gets on to her for not being descriptive enough when he is telling her to be descriptive. Like, he wants all those details.
Drink what he drinks because I already worship him.
Yeah, I guess he maybe understand or make a visual, you know.
18. Do you feel challenged with how the first test went, which was your humiliation test, or did you not feel like it was a challenge at all? It was a challenge, sir. It was a challenge to get over how embarrassing it looked, how humiliating it was. It was a challenge to get all the ingredients, even though I couldn't have gotten all the ingredients. I tried, and that's what it was taking me.
I asked if she had siblings. But I will say this. If you have not watched the Killer Couples episode, it's either I'm pretty sure it's the Killer Couples one, where Nick Godejohn, he's in that, thank you, Hope, he's in that documentary a lot. He talks a lot. And there is one specific part where he freaking says, I was hoping to find somebody who would be brave enough to try these things with me. And I was hoping it would be Gypsy. And I don't like Gypsy, but him saying that, and there is a search from like 2011 that it's pretty fucked up, and it's from before they met. But those two things alone let me know that Nick was clearly having some thoughts up here of his own before Gypsy, you know? And he was talking to other people on that damn app.
So darn long. It's because I didn't have all the ingredients.
He had some thoughts, some things he had never tried, you know what I'm saying? And I think putting Gypsy Rose and Nick Godejohn together was literally like putting gas and fire in a room and just waiting. We know what's going to happen, but we're going to see. That's exactly what that shit was like.
Which I will never be able to smell peanut butter the same way again. Peanut butter kind of makes me gag now ever since that test, but I'm sure I'll get over it in time.
Like I said, his mind
But yes, sir, it was a challenge. But if it ever happened again, I bet I would conquer it like I did it the first time, sir. Because I did it! Yeah! Alright, number 19.
I know that part.
Do you feel after being humiliated the way I did make you humiliate yourself, you feel as if you knew more about yourself and as if did it ever give you the knowledge to know if you are turned on by being humiliated? Maybe a little bit. As far as pouring chocolate on me, that was a turn on. Whipped cream, turn on. Peanut butter, that Nick licking it off of me would be a turn on. So, sometimes it is a turn on depending on what it is, sir. But I do feel like after that first test, it is more easier.
I think Audrey's getting that, but I think she did say that they didn't have any video footage. Hold on.
I humiliate myself and it be like a turn on now. So yes, sir, I do believe that it is more easier now. And it does turn me on more than it did before.
That's what I want to wonder. I mean,
Number
that's what
20.
I wonder. Where's Vivi?
What is the biggest fear that is going through your brain right now? Not passing this test, sir. That's pure honesty, not passing this test. I feel like I am a little bit nervous, and being on my knees kind of hurts for this long, but I'm afraid that I don't make it long enough to please you. I'm afraid that I don't pass this test, sir. I'm afraid that I don't
I'm wondering too, because there's little parts in some of these where she kind of whispers, and I'm like, why is she whispering?
Slave, sir. Okay, I'm alright.
I don't see how Dee wouldn't know that this is going on, especially for as long as it is, and with his
because I'm doing everything that is instructed on this paper, sir. So, that is my biggest fear, sir. 21. What are your top 5 turn-ons that are sensual? Kissing, hugging even, having someone rub my palm of my hand like this. That's really sexy to me. And sensual.
Not saying she knew about it all, but I definitely think she at least had to have an inkling that Gypsy was up to no good.
So I got kissing, palm rubbing, hugging, kissing my neck.
She didn't like Ryan
and the fifth one would be
she was not attracted to him like that.
Touching my, believe it or not, touching my belly button, like right here.
Is that good? Is that better?
That's actually really sensual to me. So those are my top 5 turn-ons that are sensual, sir.
Yes. She's reposted
Question 22. If you had to give...
Is that better?
If you had to give a percentage of how well Nick knows you, what would it be? How much would it be? 90... I was going to say 99%, but he knows me even better than I know myself sometimes, sir, so 100%. Because,
I'm sorry.
Well...
I'll start pausing.
Well, no, I'm going to say 99%, because when we're living together, we'll know more about each other's bodies, how we turn each other on, our eating habits, sleeping habits, everyday living habits, sir. So I'm going to say 99%, just because in the future we'll learn more about each other as far as living wise. But he knows me a lot, sir. He knows me sometimes better than I know myself, sir.
Thank you for being here. Thank you. I appreciate y'all hanging out.
Question 23.
That's what I like.
The last time you and Nick talked about anal, do you think he was being fair?
Same.
with
I wouldn't
how
even
he
want
said he would do
to talk
it.
to my mama
Yes, sir.
about stuff like
He
that.
said he would
after,
only do it if
especially
I
after all
didn't
this,
like
no.
it. Like after the first time we tried it, if I don't like it, he'll only use it for punishment or hate fucking. I don't mean to be not ladylike.
I know,
That's
right?
what he said it was called. And so I do think it is fair, sir.
I didn't realize
Yes,
the damn
sir.
video was so long. I've watched
And
it
I will
once
take
today.
it, and I will understand that it's for punishment. Now, if I do like it or tolerate it, we'll
very
do
possible.
it more often.
I
So,
question
I do
if
think it is
Gypsy
fair.
was an addict because she says some things that are just I just can't believe another addict would say stuff like that. I don't know. That's my main thing. She says things that, you know, I'm in recovery. I'm a recovering addict. I'm recovering off of heroin. Just hit 6 years in December. And there's just things I would never say about another addict. Like, I would never say that another addict overdosed because it was karma. I would never say that. That is insane shit. Also, I would never sit around and acted like shooting up pain pills through a damn feeding tube is going to affect me the same way main veining it is. That there's no fucking way. There's no freaking way. You know, there's her opinions in her emails, the way she talks about addicts, disgusting. And then she gets out here, oh my gosh, Spooky, that's so beautiful. Thank you so much. And she gets out here and then she says to the world that she was an addict when in her emails she talks about them like crap. But she's an addict when she needs, when she needs people to bond, when she needs people to relate to her. Oh, I was an addict. Yeah, I was stealing my mom's pills too. Yeah. No, it didn't. No. Addict for the state. Yeah, it's just something. I swear, it's a bonding mechanism. It's something she uses to relate to other people. That's it. That's all her addiction story seems like sometimes. And I don't like to discredit somebody for being an addict, but that's the way it comes off. That's the way it comes off. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I would never say another addict overdosed as karma. Like that's crazy to me. Yeah, it's just another another alter ego, honey.
How much do you worship Nick?
That makes me mad.
How would you describe it?
Makes me mad. Oh, her outing Ryan Anderson's medicine.
You worship Nick.
That makes me mad.
How would you describe it?
Makes me mad. Oh, her outing Ryan Anderson's medicine. Who does that? Who does that to another addict? If he kept that quiet for all those years and you knew that, why would you bust him out for being on MAP medication? I know, that was like what really lit a fire under me and made me start making videos about her. And then I found out like 4 months later that, in his emails with Gypsy, he clearly knew who Gypsy Rose was. But that still pissed me off. You don't out somebody's MAP medication like that. He was a teacher out of school. These are things you keep private. Everybody doesn't share their recovery or their struggles. Why would you do that to him? You said that was messed up. Why would she do that to the person who has literally kept all her little secrets and took up for her on every corner?
Completely.
Thank you, Gabriel. I was
emotionally.
Thank you.
Connected in every way.
Okay.
Undescribable.
Yep.
My worship for him.
That's the only reason she did it. She tried to make me look
goes
bad.
Beyond all sense of the meaning love. That's why we don't say
an hour, guys. We've been on an hour.
We don't just say I love you. We say I worship you because there's nothing in the world that I wouldn't do for him. Sir, God, if he'd asked me to, I'd jump off a cliff. I really, really would, because that's how much I worship him. If it would make him happy, which I know it wouldn't make him happy, but I'm saying to an extreme. To make him happy, I'd walk on broken glass. I'd walk on fire. I would do anything to make him happy. I worship
No, I'm
him
just playing.
every day. And right now it's gotten to the point where I worship him at max. I can't worship him anymore because he's inside me. His heart is inside me, just like my heart is inside him.
That is so
It doesn't
cool.
belong to me. I don't belong to me anymore.
The money gun.
He is
Pancakes, is that pancakes? Thank you.
everything that I hold dear.
Yeah, you do the
And
money
if
gun.
I
I'll do
ever
this.
lost him, I would have no reason to live.
Do a little
I would
shake
have
here.
absolutely no reason
in
to
there.
carry on.
Here, let me rewind it. Let me stop, because now they can't
Every
hear.
day, if I
Can y'all
ever
hear?
lost
Y'all need
him,
to rewind it.
I would have no reason to live. I would have absolutely no reason to carry on. Every day, we talk to each other. And every day, I get more excited. It's like, I feel like a little puppy, and I'm just like, he's here, he's here, he's here. And I feel like I'm the luckiest woman in the world.
It won't let me set. It's not letting me
I
set a goal today. I don't know why. It literally will only let me set that one. Oh, I see what it is. Well, see, and then it lets me choose from 2. And let me see. Will it let me now? No, it won't. Like, it won't. I don't know. I guess it's because I hadn't went live in like a week or something, but it will not let me just set a goal. I can either choose that one rose or I can slide to the right, and it's like a big, I think it's a whale, and the thing's like 299 some. I don't know how much it is, but that's the number it says across it. So, oh my gosh, thanks. Thank you, TG Gorgeous. T Gorgeous. I said TG, but she gorgeous. It's you, girl. Thank you. Hang on. Thank you, Becky. Let's see. Thank you. I hope I said that right. Jilly Bean. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I've never seen it do that before, but it's not, and I don't want to set it on some crazy, some crazy goal that's real expensive. I'm not doing all that, so it's all right.
Beyond all words, sir. I'm trying. I am really digging down deep, and I am trying.
We're getting close to when she shows that cooter.
But it is so difficult. It's like trying to explain. How do we know that air exists without seeing it? How do we know that love exists without knowing the exact chemical reactions in the brain? How do we know that light is light? How do we explain these things? How do we explain how the sun rises and the sun sets?
This is so corny.
I worship him beyond describing, sir, and I am trying. The only thing I can say is I would do anything for him. I worship him beyond anything. I worship him beyond God.
Sunset.
Please don't strike me down right now. I know that he would probably say the Lord should come first.
Clocking.
But
thank you.
I have forsaken going to heaven in order to be with him in the afterlife.
Hold on, I didn't hear this.
Hold
on. I didn't hear that part earlier. Hold up. She said she's forsaken. What?
I have forsaken going to heaven in order to be with him in the afterlife on his planet, on his world, in his paradise. Something that I know nothing of. I only know what I was taught as a Catholic girl, that there is a heaven, there is a hell, and you either go to one or you go to the other. But I choose to forsake going to either one and follow him wherever he may go. Sir, I worship him beyond all words, sir.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Question 25.
Yeah.
To use truly,
she
find it adorable when Nick is stubborn most of the time? Yes, he is adorable and he's stubborn. I just find it adorable when Nick is stubborn most of the time. Yes, he is adorable and he's stubborn. I just find
Sorry, my phone.
I do find it adorable. So adorable. I would love to just like kiss him and hug him right there and you and you're stubborn.
That is so weird to me. Sitting there making this video stark ass naked while you're doing all kinds of weird stuff and answering these questions, and then you're gonna bust out with some baby talk. Oh, I want to pinch his cheeks and you're so adorable. Are you insane? I would punch somebody in the throat if they did that to me while we was about to get it on. Girl, what are you doing? Pooh. You know? What are you doing down there, you know? It's weird. It's weird. Why? Why are you talking? What is going on? It's not normal.
I do find it adorable. So adorable. I would love to just like kiss him and hug him right there and, you know, just give him lots of affection.
Look, y'all almost got me to 100K.
And even when he's a little angry, sometimes I find it adorable.
Yes. And that's why I'm not showing the video. For one, I mean, I've never seen the video. But in this video, she is completely, you know, in her birthday suit. But, it's on Carolina Girls YT, but she has it like all blurred out, but I'm not even showing it because I don't, thanks girl, I don't want TikTok to get me. But yes, yeah, she sure was.
He said that he finds me adorable too when I'm angry. Isn't that something, sir? I guess it's a soulmate thing.
Thank you.
26. What is the thing you are most excited about that is coming up the soonest? Meeting Nick for the first time. Having sex with him. Giving him my virginity. Having our moment. Kissing him. Touching him. Having him in...
We did it, y'all. We hit 100K. Thank you. I don't know. These questions are going on for forever, I swear. But we're literally almost at the end to where she's like, here's my cooter. That's not what she says, but you know. Thank you guys.
That unbreakable touch in me. Sir, that is what I'm looking forward to most. And I can't wait. It's like, oh my God, it's like 2 months away.
Supposedly not.
I'm not anything. I'm just like, I'm really excited. I just realized it just shined on my ring. It is literally 2 months away.
Do you see this girl acting like she hadn't realized that June was just 2 months away until she looked at the paper and was talking to Nick? Oh my gosh!
All right.
I know. Me neither. Not even after prison, I wasn't that excited.
He would still catch you since you are aware of him being in cross country, track and field, back when he was a teenager in high school.
Girl.
Yes.
That's
yes,
awesome.
sir. He's got like another foot on me, and he's probably like, he's probably like man weight, right? And so, yeah, and he's super fast. So, yes, sir, I do believe that he can catch me, probably in like midair, too. So, I fully believe that. Question 28. What is your favorite 3 foods, meaning 1 dessert, 1 breakfast, and 1 dinner dish?
Her favorite food.
Dessert would be cheesecake.
Yeah.
Love cheesecake. That's something that me and Nick have in common. Love cheesecake. Breakfast, pancakes. I know that sounds really cliche. Pancakes, really boring. But yeah.
Now, if y'all remember, there is actually a Mickey Mouse pancake maker right there in her damn kitchen with a box of damn pancake mix sitting right there in the cupboard.
Cakes with the syrup and slathered in butter. And dinner would be gumbo. I am from the South. I'm from New Orleans. So we have gumbo, and gumbo is my favorite dinner. So, yes, sir. That is my 3 favorite dishes.
Gypsy Rose telling everybody she likes cheesecake as her desserts. She likes gumbo as her favorite dinner, and she likes pancakes as breakfast. But she'll sit up on these damn documentaries and tell us, oh, I didn't get to eat. My mommy didn't let me eat. She got Melissa Moore sitting up on a podcast talking about, oh, you know, her first food, she didn't even get till she got to prison. Yeah, that was her first time to have real food. I cannot imagine being made a fool of by Gypsy Rose Alcida. That's crazy. But that's on Melissa. She freaking knew better. Her daddy was a serial killer. Why did you not do more digging into Gypsy? But you would think that Melissa Moore would have had trust issues because of who her daddy was. You would have think that would have been made her like, you know what? I need to make sure I look at every little thing with this girl. But nope. Craziness. I know. A lot of people are pancakes. A lot of people are. And I really am wondering, and I do Melissa Moore is the Happy Face Killer's daughter. She's also the co-author on one of Gypsy's books. She was on a podcast to do with Gypsy. Yeah. But, I really wonder if Missouri gave Gypsy that plea agreement because they just wanted her gone. And the reason I say that, I know some of it was because Gypsy Rose didn't have like a criminal record, So when you go to court, if you don't have it, especially on a felony charge, they bring up all kinds of things. Does she have a prior criminal history? Has she ever been in any other trouble? Does she have any history as a juvenile? Come on. And Gypsy didn't have any of that, Now, the minimum sentence for a second-degree murder charge in Missouri is 10 years. That's the minimum sentence. So they weren't necessarily just doing her some big favor. They just gave her the minimum sentence. But what was really telling to me is Gypsy didn't have any kind of fines. She didn't have any kind of paper time either. And that's really interesting to me, because I sold a gram. I got caught. I sold a gram. I got 15 years for that sales charge, okay? So they gave me 5 years under the 85% law. And then when I got out of prison, I had paper time. And so do most people, especially when you have a charge like murder. Yet Gypsy only had to finish out her time on parole. And then she was done. She was done with the state of Missouri. They didn't give her any kind of fines, which again is wild. No fines. No fines? None. They didn't give her any kind of fines. Then she gets out of prison. Do not knock that stuff over again. Then she gets out of prison. And when she tries to go to the game, the Kansas City, no restitution, nothing. So then she tries to go to that Kansas City game. And as soon as the people in Missouri found out, they were like, no, you got to go. Get to Louisiana. So I just really think that, they didn't want anything to do with her. They wanted Gypsy gone. That's how I feel. They wanted her. They gave her the least amount of time they could. And then they kicked her out of Missouri. Go. Get out. We don't want you here. Hey, babies. Hey. Okay, we're finishing the rest, though, because we're right there at the end where she's about to show her gyps. Okay?
Perfect. 29. What are your top 5 turnoffs starting from the least to the biggest one?
Mama,
when a guy's like,
back.
Sup, girl. So sexy. Arrogance.
I know.
Burping without, saying excuse me. Butt scratching. Ew. Nose picking. And being an all-out douchebag. Calling a woman a bitch just because she's a girl. I mean, there's bitch in a good way. You're my bitch, if it's in a relationship, that's fine. But, that bitch did this and blah, blah, blah. That's being ungentlemanlike, and those are my top 5 turnoffs, sir.
Top 5.
So, biggest. Final question. 3. What are Nick's top 3 biggest pet peeves? Repeating himself. I know I've had to make him do it a couple times because I'm forgetful. But I'll try to stop doing that. 2, being taken advantage of, which I will never do. I know that he has been taken advantage of in the past by other girls, and I hope to I will never do that, because I appreciate him. I worship him way too much for that, sir. And then the other would be being rushed. I know he likes to do things the slower way. He likes to do things in his time. So I will respect that. I know if it's like end of the world apocalypse and we're like running from a big giant monster, we're gonna hit the door. But as far as like saying opening doors and stuff like that, going out to go do something,
he sure did.
Take his time. I see no point in rushing him. Okay, sir. Well, that is all of the questions, sir. Right before I do my good night, I want to
turn your screen recordings on if you're going to,
you told me to do
hold on.
the giggles. Right before I do my good night, I want to do one thing. You told me to do the giggles. So I did those. So I'm gonna show you my Titan holes now, which I recently shaved.
Why did you whisper that?
In a comfy position.
All the wrestling.
I can lay down.
Why the wrestling?
So here's my pussy, nice and tight.
Now I just have to know. So what was she doing? She was like taking the phone and she was like, see, and clenching it where she, you know what I'm saying? What were you doing? What did you mean, see? What did you mean, see?
My ass. Try to get as close up as I can. Get really in there.
Not get really in there on the brown eye. Okay. She said, get really in there. She wanted to make sure that he saw her chocolate starfish. Okay? She wanted to make sure. Get really in there. I'm dead.
How did I get that?
Her secret freckle. This is
I am on my knees, sir.
all the wrestling, it's like bugs under my skin. Why is she wrestling all around like, ooh, yeah. Was this a phone? No, this was a video. This was a video she sent to him. Yeah. She's been doing her thing. She wanted him to know.
First, before I do that, thank you so much for allowing me to do this video, Master.
And then thanked him. She did all this and then thanked him. Thank you for letting me show you this. Ain't no freaking way I'd be naked and then bent over with a camera and my chocolate starfish and me freaking thanking somebody else that I made it. I would not be thanking nobody, honey. You better be thanking me. You better be thanking me that you got to see the northern lights up there, okay? But no, she was thanking him.
Kind, so generous, so loving, so protective, and so wonderful. And having you for a master has been a real pleasure. I know I haven't always been greatest slave. I've been rebellious at times. I truly am sorry for that, but I want you to know that I do honestly love and adore you, sir. And I am grateful for everything you have taught me.
Yeah.
Everything. And I will miss you.
Thanks.
I'm gonna get all emotional. I love, adore.
Free of charge, yeah.
I was supposed to say those things I told Nick, but I caught myself. I love and adore you, my amazing master. Good night, my wonderful, kind, generous master.
How did you get them? How did you get the toys? Girl, look here. I was about to call her Jazzy. It's my dog's name. But Gypsy is slit. Where did my Kiki go? Kiki! I don't hear her jingling. I just noticed that. Kiki! Oh gosh, she done crawled up in one of those boxes. I'm gonna have to hop off here, but first I'm gonna show you how to get to her page. Okay, so her page was a little hard for me to find. I put in Carolina Girl Gypsy Rose and it came up, but this is what her page looks like right here. Here's how you spell her name. If you want to take a screenshot so you can spell it correctly, it may be easier for you to find. But this is what the page looks like, and the video we just watched is the very first one. Oh, the very first one.
Hello?
Everything's blurred out, but I don't want to show it on mine. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, right there. Yeah, I just don't want to show it on mine because even though it's blurred, you can still see like that, you know, that she's clearly naked, and I don't want to get in no trouble. Yeah. But I'm going to hop off here. I'm digging through these freaking boxes because my Kiki, you know, she's crazy as hell, and she done got in one of those boxes and she being awfully quiet. But I love you guys. Happy Tuesday. Remember, you got this. Keep your head up. Positive thoughts. If anybody in them negative people try to get around you, remember what I told you. Unhand me, demon. Don't let no negative people come around you. Okay? Negativity feeds off negativity. All right? You keep a positive vibe, positive mindset, you're going to attract positive things. You get out what you put in, okay? So go out, be kind, keep your head up, and keep a positive attitude, okay? I love you guys. Have a good day. Remember, she did that shit. You know what it is. Bye, y'all.